morning and welcome to today's vlog. If you are new here, my name is Chelsea and I am a third grade teacher in Pennsylvania. I'm heading to school right now. It's a Monday morning, but I'm like oddly excited. I am getting observed this afternoon, so I'm like thinking that's what's like giving me energy, like okay, working for that. But I am trying to get to school nice and early today because I've got a lot to do this morning. When I left school on Friday of last week, the copier was done for the week and did not want me to have my copies ready for today. So I was like, forget it, I'm leaving, I'm starting my weekend. So I've got to catch up and make those copies this morning once I get to school. So yes, on my way there, I should arrive by like 7:20ish and I will check in once I'm there. All right, so we are at school now. I actually brought in like a lot of stuff to school that I want to show you in a minute, but I want to head up to the copier first because I'm here nice and early. I want to get my stuff done and be out of the way before a lot of the other teachers start coming in. So I'm gonna run up, start copying all this stuff. All right, so the time is now 7:45. I do have all of my copies done. I'm just gonna go through and organize them real quick. While I do this, I'm gonna talk about the day ahead. We've got a pretty standard morning meeting, so I'm not going to go too in depth to that. Why does this seem like too many? Oh, never mind, don't mind me. Pretty standard morning meeting, so I'm not going to go into that. During math today, we are starting money, so I just copied some of our like workbook pages. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but like normally we use the My Math curriculum, and there are some lessons in our district curriculum that it like doesn't align with, so we use Math Connects, this bad boy, as like supplemental lessons. But that's a pain because like we don't have copies of those textbooks for all the students, and they're not like reproducibles, like what are they? Like the students can't write in them. So I have to go through and like make copies of any of the pages in there that we need. So it's a little bit annoying, but it's okay. So that's what we'll be doing today, going over like the values of coins and counting coins, and then tomorrow we'll be like making change and whatnot. So that's the plan in math. As far as, no, that's not what I wanted. As far as math small groups, kids are mostly going to be working on their iPads when they're not with me. I found a good seesaw activity that goes over counting coins, and then there's an IXL that's counting coins, and then practicing their extra math is the last station, as it always is for us. So yeah, math is going to be, did I seriously make a typo on every I just found a typo on my vocab page for literally, I made copies of it all. Okay, this is annoying. This is fine. Take a breath. Where was I? Let me fix my life real quick, then I'll get back to you. We are all good. Crisis averted. Okay, so back to where we started. I mentioned that I had a lot of stuff that I brought into school and I wanted to show you, so I'm going to show you that right now. I went to like a discount store near me and found 2 packs of 50 markers. They're like the fine tip ones that I'm going to add to my marker bin. So excited about those. They were only $4 each. Also, same store, I got Uno Flip. I have like the normal Uno for an indoor recess game, so I'll add this to the collection. When I was grocery shopping yesterday, I got some new wax melts, which again, I will add to my collection. At the dollar store, I got some lens wipes, primarily for my laptop screen because it gets real nasty. Went thrifting with my sister on Saturday, and I found some new books for my classroom library, some really good ones that I'm excited about. So I think my stamp is in here. Yeah. The library at Mrs. All's house. So I'll stamp these, I'll catalog them, and I will put them into my library. And then the last thing is probably what I'm most excited about. I got these off of Amazon. I mentioned them in my vlog yesterday. I did like a little weekend vlog. But they are these clear paper tray bins that I'm going to be using for small groups. So a lot of the copies that I made this morning were for small groups. So like this is a whole stack of stuff just for one group. So I'll plop it in here. I'll plop in like the leveled readers on top. I might do a little label on the front. It's gonna be so great. Love it. And then I think that's everything. So I'm gonna keep working this morning, getting the stuff where it needs to be, and just preparing for the day. Guys, I've got my new little small group station set up. I'm a big fan. A lot of this stuff in the back was in this cart, which I was saying in a vlog earlier that it always just seems to get in my way. I could never find like a good place for it, and I wanted everything just more central at the table. So yeah, this is the setup right now. I've got my bins out. Got my math bin. All of my math groups do the same activity, just at like different speeds or with more supports. So I just have one for my math groups. And then I have my 4 ELA groups. 2 of my groups will read the same book. So when I'm done reading the book with this one, I'll just plop those over there. Then I've got like my general stuff back here, and I am really happy with it. I like the way it looks. We will see how practical it is today. All right, so I'm all ready for the day now. It is now 8:40. The kids come in 5 minutes, so here we go. All right, so it is recess and lunchtime. Kids are outside. Math is going so far so good this morning. I feel like a lot of them are remembering counting coins from 2nd grade, which is great. Got through 2 stations before recess and lunch, and we'll do 2 more once they come back from lunch. And I guess I can talk to you about what our afternoon is going to look like now. So let me go over to my desk and like get all my stuff together. Okay, so I just got everything all pulled up. In science today, this is our first day of our science unit. We just finished up social studies last week, but we are starting a unit called Every Drop Matters. It's about like the water cycle and water pollution and purification and all that. So we're gonna start off with this anticipation guide where students will go through these statements and decide if they agree or disagree just on their current knowledge. And then we're gonna do this like quick write, quick draw activity. Going off of the statement, we all live downstream, what do the kids think that means? So they'll take some time to either jot some notes down or sketch a little picture, and then we'll share that with a friend. I think our science lesson is going to be pretty quick today, which is okay because we have a big ELA lesson today. In ELA, we've got our brand new unit starting today, Unit 4, Week 1. So we'll go through like the new unit stuff, like the new unit essential question, the new unit vocabulary, and then we'll get into the more like weekly stuff. So like this week we're focusing on how can one person improve a community. So we'll be able to read about Daniel Burnham and see how he impacted his community. We'll talk about our new genre for the week, which is biography. I've got the Savas video already pulled up. Then we'll do a listening comprehension where I will read about Ruby Bridges, and they will need to be listening for the events that happened in her life in the biography. Then we'll introduce our new word study pattern, which is our controlled vowels, making the sound, and do a little bit of practice with those, and then we'll get into our checklist time. I don't know if I've ever gone in depth into what our checklist time looks like. It's something this team does. They do it for like the duration of the whole unit, so normally it's like a week long, but our new ELA curriculum, we need 6 days to cover it, so it's like a 6-day cycle, and they each get a packet of things to work on with a checklist stapled to the front of it so they can like mark things off as they go. So there's like an open-ended question, there's a word study activity, a vocab practice activity, and then there's some other things online. Like there's some ReadWorks articles that they will read and respond to. There's some Seesaw activities sometimes, IXL. So this is like the stuff that they'll be working on when they're working independently, and I'm pulling small groups. Speaking of small groups today, I'm going to like really dive into it. I've got a lot of stuff prepped. It's just taking this observation to like actually like get the boots, rubber hitting the road, to get things going with small groups. So hopefully it'll go well today. My principal will come in like for the whole ELA lesson, like all the whole group stuff and all the small group stuff. So I'm a little bit nervous, but I feel very prepared, and like these intro lessons are very like scripted. We've done them a lot. The kids are used to it, so I think it will be okay. So that's like the whole rest of our afternoon. The kids have art at the end of the day, and yeah, I'm optimistic, but I don't know. We'll see. So I'm about to go eat lunch with my team, but figured I'd do a quick OOTD. My corduroy shacket is from Amazon, shirt is Marshalls, pants are Gap, and my ankle boots are Marshalls or TJ Maxx. Holy moly, it's been an afternoon. I guess I haven't checked in since lunch. I feel like this day's just been a whirlwind. It all started when we were eating our lunch and the lunch aide came in and was essentially like, your class is horrible. And I'm like, okay, cool. So we were like, let's have them miss extra recess and all gather in the auditorium and talk about this ridiculous lunch behavior, because it has definitely been escalating since like winter break, I'd say. And it's just gotten to a point where they needed to, chat through and the expectations and, all that. So yeah, so we were like trying to like throw that together off the cuff real quick. But then in science today, we did both of the things that I wanted to do. They both went well. I am really, figuring out this whole science unit. It is a lot, and this was only the first day, and I feel like I barely stepped my toe into it, but we'll figure it out as we go. In ELA, my observation went great. I mean, everything went as expected. He'll come back, my principal, he'll come back tomorrow for part 2 of the observation, and then we'll set up a meeting after that to like discuss how it all went. So yeah, that was the whole afternoon. Wow, kids are at art right now for another 55 minutes. So I'm gonna take this time to just chill for a moment, eat a little snack, and then dive into some more lesson planning. All right, so we made it to the end of the day, which is great. I am ready to go home. It is a little after 4 right now. I do need to make a couple stops to the way home. I have an Amazon return that I need to take to UPS, and then I have another return that I need to drop off at the post office. So I need to get out of here quick so that I can make those 2 stops and then, yeah, chill out for the evening. It's been a long day and I'm ready to go home. So I'm just gonna wrap up everything here and then I'll head out. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.